Morning. I thought I'd show you exactly what I look like in the mornings because I thought the pandemic hasn't scared you enough, so here we go. No, seriously. A lot of my clients tell me that they don't have time for a routine in the morning or, can't mess about with stuff. So I thought I'd show you exactly how long it takes me to go from this to something a little bit more presentable. So I've already cleaned my face with my cleansing wash. And then when I've done that, I just spritz on some toner. I love this stuff. So I use the balancing toner with the Rose Otto and Neroli because it just wakes me up ready to do my 15-minute yoga session with Maddie Morrison, German lady, but she doesn't speak during this session, which for most of my friends that know me will tell you how important that is to me. No one speaks to me until I have my coffee. So I sprayed my toner on and I've just let that air dry, and then I'm just going to put a couple of pumps of Illuminating Serum, I don't know if you can see that, into my hand and press together, and then just press into my face. Okay. Now I use different serums depending on what I think my skin needs, but during the day, if I'm going to work, it generally is a serum, an illuminating, something like that. Evenings I like to use the Nourishing. I'll mix it up with an aromatic serum. It just depends what I think is going on with my skin. But generally, if you have a couple of serums in your goodie bag, one for the morning, one for the evening, and you continuously use it, you will see a big difference within about a month to 6 weeks in your skin. So I follow that up with Moisturising Day Cream. Now, we used to do this without the SPF 30. This I use with the SPF 30, because like a lot of other people, generally in the mornings I'm rushing around, and SPF generally used to be the last thing on my mind. I'll be honest with you, no matter how much I nag you all about it, it was the last thing on my mind. But when you work with someone like Eve Taylor and you listen and you learn and you have an enormous respect for the amount of knowledge this woman has, you'd be an idiot not to follow it, to be fair. So that's my moisturiser with SPF 30. Some people do find it a little bit greasy. I personally don't. Again, I just let that air dry once I've pressed that all through. Now, another thing I do is any excess I don't wipe off on a towel. I wipe it onto the backs of my hands. And what I have noticed is, and I don't know if you can see it there, just there is a tiny age spot starting to form. But it was a bit bigger than that. And I've noticed it fading down. And I use, I've got some brightening serum as well for pigmentation. And I just put a bit of that on. And it hasn't developed any further at the moment. So I'll keep you posted on that. I follow that up with neck cream. Okay, now this has made a massive difference to my skin, to my neck. So, I'm heading up towards 60 at a rate of knots. I have got, I call it the shirred effect. So you remember the old skirts that used to have the elasticated waists? That's how I often felt my neck was starting to look. But now it is really improving in tone and smoothness. Now, if I didn't have my jumper on, I would go down in my décolleté. Now, ladies, here is essential that in the summer, or even now, if you've got a low cut top on, that you keep covered up with SPF. You'd be so surprised. Cloudy days, everything. Keep wearing your SPF. The next thing I use in the mornings is my refining eye gel. I'll turn that around so you can see what you're looking at. Okay. Now, I suffer from lots of allergies, lots of them, all year round. So my eyes are constantly small, tired, inflamed. Then they'll run, So I've got a wealth of things going on with my eyes that are not attractive some of the time. So I've noticed that this, in the morning, is an amazing product to use. Because it takes my, it takes the inflammation down. I don't feel so inflamed around my eyes. They don't feel so sore. It has got aloe in it, so it's, you know, very, very soothing effect. At night I use the serum, the Nourishing Eye Serum, and in the morning I use this. So there's all my products on. Now, if I'm not going out and about or I'm not doing very much, I don't wear makeup if I can help it, because I've always had problem skin. I have to stay on top of my skin quite a lot. So what I do use is C+Bright. Now, I used to fiddle about with brushes and stuff like that, but the trouble is, unless you're washing your brushes every single day, you know, they're open to bacteria, all sorts of things. So this is C+Bright, and it's a oh, what's it called? Sorry about this. Primer. Oh, I've forgotten what it's called. Oh, BB cream, thank you. Brain was going then. BB cream, all in one. And I'll just pat this in. Now, it just, for me, I've got very uneven skin tone. So it just, for me, takes the edge off all of those dark patches. Now, the one thing I will say is don't get it in your eye, because it does sting. As does anything with the SPF in it, so just be a bit careful. Now, the light is not brilliant, and I'm really sorry about that, but it's quite bright outside, so I'm just having a bit of trouble with lighting. But if you see here where I'm patting, that's a particularly bad patch of skin for me. I'm constantly having to nourish it. It's quite big open pores there. The Nourishing serum has made a massive difference to that. It was quite pitted, you could literally put your finger in. The Nourishing serum, I've been using that at night for about a month now, and oh, it's just amazing. So I'm really happy with it. So as you can see, that is just patted in, excess product on the back of your hands. And then just to finish up, all I'll do is just do a little bit of eyelash curling. They're as straight as a die, mine are. This eye is always shut a little bit more. I've got something wrong with it, so it's always shut a tiny bit more than the others. Than the other. Don't know how many eyes I think I've got. Anyway, and then just follow that up with a tiny bit of mascara so that I do look like I'm awake when I'm talking to people, which I think is always helpful. And obviously I'll go out and without my nice blue turban. Or maybe not. It's really cold out there at the moment. It's -10 as I'm sitting here talking to you. Love the faces you pull when you're doing mascara. There you go. So, just got a nice glow. Nice fresh glow. I've really got to do my eyebrows at some point. And then I just follow that with a Eve Taylor lip balm. And I love this. Love it. And the other thing you can do with a lip balm is you can rub it into your cuticles. It's a cuticle bar as well. Now I've got proper crispy cuticles, so rub it in and soften it up. Okay? So as you can see, what's that taken me? 6 or 7 minutes, and that's, I've been talking to you in that time, and that's my morning routine pretty much, so I can walk out of the door. Lovely talking to you. I hope you hit the subscribe button, and I'll be back soon with an evening routine. Take care.